Yeah, hi there. This is Vishal here from DrapCode. So in this video, we will understand how to place an element inside the DrapCode builder, like how to position something. So I've been hearing this from a lot of clients, a lot of customers who find it quite difficult to place elements, right? If they drag and drop something, either it goes to the extreme left, go to the right, stick to the bottom, they're not able to place it exactly where they want to place it. And this is for a reason, like why this don't work, right? So the purpose of this video is to explain you that why placing randomly anywhere will not work on DrapCode. This is how it is designed, and at the same time how easy it is to place element wherever you want, just doing some basic hacks or basic, I won't call it hacks, some basic guidance, right? Why it is like this? See, the applications which are built on DrapCode are by default responsive, so they work on mobile phone, they work on tablet, they work on desktop screen and all resolution of screens, right? So it is quite hard to make sure that whatever element or whatever component we are placing somewhere, how it will behave on different screen size. So let's say I want to place a button here. This is fine, it may work on my screen, but what if someone has a bigger resolution monitor? So maybe the button will move either here or maybe move outside. What if someone is watching in mobile phone, right? So mobile is this. What if I place the button here? It will not display, right? In tablet, it will not display, right? Let's say I've placed something, like I've given something of this much width, right? Let's say 100% width. What will happen in tablet? It will shrink. So it is not that straightforward that where you want to place an element, but it is easy if you just spend a couple of minutes. So let's dive in, right? So let's start. Let's say this is a link and I want to place it somewhere here. Let's go and drop it. It is actually not allowing me. If I place it, it will always come here. Now I am frustrated. It's always to the left. What if I want it to the right? So let's go and so go to the general settings and just currently it is aligned left. If you make it aligned right, it will come here. So it is aligned right. This is good. But what if I want to align it right with some distance from here? So in responsive layout or in grid system, you can use several things. Either you put inside a row column layout or you just give some margin or padding. So let me give some margin. Okay. Let's say I want it to shift somewhat towards the left. So what I'll do, I'll go to the section and apply margin right. So I'll say shift, let's say 100 pixel from the right. So it is 100 pixels from here. This looks good on this screen, but if I go to the mobile screen, it will not look good because we have actually shifted 100 pixel on all the screens. So this is the problem. It may look good on desktop, but what about mobile? Now in mobile, it's almost to the center. Maybe on mobile screen, it should be maybe 10 pixel, 20 pixel, right? I don't know. Neither you don't know that from which device the person will come. So that's why the responsive layout comes into picture. So what responsive layout is? So responsive layout works on the concept of row, container and column, right? So container is an external element. So anything which takes the complete width is a container. After that, rows are basically horizontal sections, and columns are vertical sections. So columns are divided into 12 equal sections. So you can have 12 sections of each size, 2 sections of 6x6, 3 sections of 4x4, and lot more. So I'll give you some examples. So if you go to the components, you go to this section, if you drop, so this is a 2 column layout, 3 column, 4 column, 1 column, and you can create as many columns as you want. So let's drop this 2 column layout. So by default, it is a container. If you go to the layer manage, in the section you see container. After container, there is a row. In the row, there are 2 columns, column 1 and column 2. If you go to the properties, if you see, they are taking 6. On the mobile screen, take 6 by 12, means half of the screen. Laptop 6, but on a small screen, take the whole width. Same thing goes here, right? So now how this impact? So let's give some color to this so that we can see the difference. So I'll go to the decoration and choose a background color of, let's say, red to this. And this one, I'll give a background color of green. So now we have two columns. So this looks good on this screen. If I move to tablet, this is still fine. But if I move to mobile, if you see, we have given the configuration that in mobile take 12 by 12. Basically it occupies the complete width. So now if I move to mobile, you see it is coming one by one. So it is actually occupying the whole width. So this is how the responsive layout works. It changes the position on the basis of what the screen size is. Right, and this container as of now it's fixed width. So let's make it fluid. So basically take the complete width of the device. There is some margin still, we can, so there is still some padding, so we can remove it padding, right? Let's say 0, left 0, top 0, bottom 0. You see now it is taking end to end. Even on tablet it's end to end. In mobile it is end to end, but still taking the full width for each component. Right. So this is how a responsive layout works. Now coming back to the previous example, I need a button somewhere here. How do I do it? Let's remove it. So whenever you are building something in a responsive layout, grid system or row column, draw everything inside a container. Right. So either you can build container row column layout by using these components. So we have container, it is here. In the container you can drop the row, and in the row you can drop as many columns as you want, right? And give the width. So let's say on a small screen I'll say take 6, maybe bit tab take 3, and bigger screen take 2 by 2. Okay, so this is one column. You can duplicate to as many columns as you want, and this is it. So I have created a simple container which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. Now let's say I want to place button to the right. So now what I'll do, I'll just go and display this link, put it in the right side. So it is here. Now whatever margin padding I will apply will get applied to this particular column, because now the parent of this link is this particular column. That's all. If I move it float right, left, it will still move within this column. So you can actually control that this button will never come here. Right. Now you want to create a 2 column layout. Let's say you want to display a nice image here and a paragraph here. How to do it? Right. So let's do it. Let's go to the components. You can again drop a container row and column, or we have helped you easily by bringing this section. So you can display a section here and you choose what you need. Right. Maybe you need something like this. Just drop it. That's all. You want to change the image, heading. Let's say heading you want to center align. Just go to the typography and make it center align. Right. If you want, don't fix and hide anywhere. So as of now, if you see, I fixed width. This is wrong approach. Just make it auto. Okay, or 100%. So auto is like this. Or let's say auto basically takes the width on the basis of what is the content. 100% take the complete width on the basis of the parent element. So it's 100%. Now it is center aligned. Same thing here. This is auto. Make it, let's say, 100%. Currently it is left aligned. Make it center aligned, right aligned, and all those things. Now you want to move it somewhat below. Right? How do you do it? Because if you move it, it's not going to help. Right? It is not moving. Actually, it has moved inside this. Right? So how to do it? Let's say I want some spacing between this image and this. Okay. So if I want only in this heading, so choose this heading and go here and apply margin and padding. So margin is something which gets applied outside of the element or outside of the component, and padding is something which gets applied inside it. Okay, so let's say I want to shift it towards the bottom, so I'll just go and apply a margin. So let's say margin 50 pixel on the top. Nice. Let's say I want some space between this, so I just choose this element. Either I'll apply margin top on this, or I'll apply margin bottom on the other element. So let's say I'll apply margin bottom. So now these are actually shifting. But the good thing is that if you go to the responsive layout, although the heading 1 and 2 which were next to each other are now one below the other, right? So this is heading 1, this is heading 2. But if you see, we have applied some margin, some padding on the heading 2, it is still there, right? And even in the tablet, it's like this. Now let's say I want to shift this block completely, right? So what I'll do, I'll choose the parent container which has both of the things, which is a row, and then I'll apply margin top to the row. So let's say margin of 50 pixel. So now the complete row is shifted towards the bottom. So if I go and see in the mobile screen, now there is a gap of 50 pixel between the image and these different columns, right? So this is how you basically place something. So let's say you want to place something here randomly, you will not be able to do it because it will break the responsive behavior. So approach is go to the container, drop it, okay, 2 column, 3 column, depending on where you want to place it. Let's say you want to place it something in the center, this. Go to the component, let's say I want to display a card. I'll go to the card, drop the card in the center. Okay, choose, let's say I want this. This is fine, it is getting displayed. Now I want it on the center of the page. So I'll choose the parent layer. I cannot drag it like this because it will not work because the container is here. So either you apply margin on the top or you apply margin bottom to the above element, or you just put some content here. It would automatically shift downward because the position is not static, it is relative to the parent element. So let's say there's a lot of content which comes here. So let's go and put some paragraph. So if you see, if I am putting some text, it is all automatically shifting downward because the position is relative. Now I need some space between this paragraph and this section. So I'll go and just apply margin top, margin bottom. So let's say 100 pixel. So it has shifted downwards. Now if I go and see in the mobile screen, the paragraph is still there. And there's a margin of 100 pixel and this card. Right. So this is how responsive layout works. You have to place some element, divide the page into row and columns. Place the element wherever you want, left, right, center. Make sure that you handle all these properties correctly, that on which screen you want that particular component to take how much width, right? And then if you want gap, apply padding, margin, you want to put something. So let's say here you want to put something, just drop the elements, let's say header. It will start from top. You want to move it below, just go and apply margin. If you want to make it center line, apply this. Do not take fixed width, apply auto or 100% in the width. Okay, as of now 352, this will break the responsive width. So let's apply auto, height auto. So this is how you basically design a page which is responsive, works across all the screen, adjust it according to the screen layout. I hope it is clear now that how to move elements inside a page, how to design a layout, and how to work with row, column, and container, so that you don't have to worry about it, what will happen to your screen or to your layout if someone opens it in a screen size which can be of any device, right? Whether it's a mobile phone, any resolution mobile phone, tablet, or desktop. Hope this is clear now. Hope you will be able to design nice looking pages, UI components using this grid system. Thanks for watching. Do reach out to us if you have any questions. Have a good day. Bye bye.